Hello and welcome to yet another Let's Play Cube or Cube. Um, out of this pack, I'm not too sure. I think War Power Stone is probably the stronger card in general, but I haven't played with this card yet. And on paper, it looks really good. Like 5 mana, 6/5. That's about it. You can hardly remove it though, and it just gains incremental advantage. So it has to be played in some kind of control deck. Worm Power Stone is a strong card. It accelerates in things. There's also Chroma's Vengeance, which is strong. Trend Dynamo is a bit worse than Worm Power Stone in my eyes because it's a turn slower. Of course, it gives you 1 extra mana, but then you go to 8 mana, and this will accelerate you into 6. And 6 is just a lot of power cards. I'm thinking about it. I think I want to play with a newer card, and let's try it out and see what we get. We get a second god. So, what does this do together? Well, not really that spectacular, does it? I mean, sure, it gives us red, but I think we want to play base blue and splash red. Maybe pick up like Preordain or Augur. Augur just isn't that great though, because this format is obviously creature based compared to instant and sorcery based. Despite, in those colors you obviously play some blue sorceries, but even then it usually misses. All it does is pretty good, but I think I want to cut blue a little bit, and let's just pick up a Preordain here. God damn it, my foot itches. So Cube is back up, but I missed the start because I went while climbing in France. Fontainebleau. What of this pack? You have Compulsive Research, Repeal, Chalice, Spreading Seas. Hymn to Turok is strong, Tanglewire is strong, but not in the colors I want to play at this point. Not really something that's worth switching to. I think Compulsive Research is a stronger card, so we'll pick up that. Definitely was fun. God damn it. Nothing interesting here except Earthquake, maybe? I mean, if it's just a splash, it's a splash. We can play Mind's Desire and go some kind of combo, but I don't think it's that easy to do. Already passed up several artifact accelerations, which would make Mind's Desire or Brain Freeze really good, so I'm gonna go for the Earthquake here. It definitely was fun, but it's now Sunday, so we missed like 4 days. There's Counterspell or Condescend. Obviously, Counterspell is a stronger card. We'll pick it up. Sorted by cost. Red seems definitely cut, but we have no blue creatures so far. But I'm gonna go for the Impulse. But there were obviously mosquitoes. God damn it, my feet are full of bites, and I just keep on scratching them. I just arrived home like 3 hours ago, after a 5.5 hour drive. I stayed there for 4 days. Enjoyed it a lot. Maybe I just want to splash red and go some kind of white, because god damn it, white is open. But then I want this. Wall is obviously the better card for me, so we'll pick up that. We get an Iona, which doesn't really fit my stuff, so I think I'm gonna go with one of these. I think then Sulfur Falls is better, just because at this point it's only one red that you actually need to do. So yeah. And I mean, it's unsecured climbing, and it's like, depends on the rock you're climbing, but it's like 4 meters to 6 meters, maybe sometimes 9 meters, but I obviously didn't do those. Unsecured. You have those crash pads, but sometimes you don't have the space or the option to put them, and even if you fall, then you would probably hit a rock somewhere and you would break your foot or something. So definitely climb a bit below your level, because else it's a bit scary. Unless it's like an easier one. But the hardest part about it actually, to me, It's like climbing over the top, because usually at the top of the rock there's no hole there. It's like just flat, and then you have to try to put your hand somewhere where it's decent enough, and that's so unlikely. We get a plateau which works with a red splash in the wall, and I'm gonna pick up that one. Both accelerants are gone, by the way. I think at this point we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already, so I'm gonna pick up the auger here. I did wheels or whatever. But yeah, still a bit tired, I guess, but we'll manage. I mean, it's a cube draft. I'll try to keep you guys entertained. I think if we do wanna make the switch, we're gonna pick up house here, or make the switch a little bit easier. We definitely have all options still open. Prize of Progress, Academic Rector. None of these are cards I want, except maybe Academic Rector, because it gets me the god. There's a Rocky Tar Pit, which does get a plateau, so I'll pick up that one. Historical, I guess. I mean, that's more likely to be played. Well, both of them won't be played normally. I just, well, Academic Rector is fine to stay for now. Like if we get a future side or something. But we're base blue with 2 splashes at this point. Still not sure, still want some decent creatures. Maloku, Keiga, any big creature that says like, okay, here I am, I hit my 6-mana drop, let's turn the game around. That's basically what I'm looking for. Sphinx is obviously fine as well, but I think that's not such a beating. Like Keiga is fine, because if they try to kill it, you still get their best creature. Treachery would be insane. Control Magic would be insane. Any Planeswalker in my colors would be fine. We get a Hero of Bladehold. Not a fan. Maybe Sphere of the Suns. So opposite that, let's go over it. Opposite that is in my colors. Hero, sure, it's a fine card, but it's actually an aggressive card, and not the card I'm looking for. Smokestack doesn't fit my deck, I think. Vindicate, no. Fetid Heat, nope. Maybe Cunning Spark Mage, but that's a splash. I think one Sphere of the Sun, just because it's a splash, and hope to, because I splash 2 colors, and hope to find some more. Flametongue Kavu is definitely a card I'll pick up. Like, it is my splash, but it is a creature. We wouldn't mind seeing Rock Prayer, but the problem is that it's we'll have this wheel, but I think Flametongue Kavu is just too good to pass up. It's usually a 2 for 1, and it's a strong beater as well against some control decks. It can target itself, right? Yeah, so there has to be a creature on the board, but even then, it's still a strong card. And it has devotion to this. So yeah, less than 7. Like, how unrealistic? Well, it already gives 2 on its own, so we can have 1 already. Click is a fine card to have, as is Fate's Feathers. But I think we want to keep on cutting blue and pick up a Click. It's a strong card for devotion. It has flash. It's great against control. It's just an all-around good card. I mean, even Caracas will play because of us splashing white at this point. So that also works together. I mean, it also works with this, but seems unlikely they'll have to bounce this. And only Oblivion Ring actually does something against it. Oblivion Ring and Journey to Nowhere. Not so sure how many remove effects there are actually in this format, but not plenty. I mean, most of them are like destroy, and as long as you don't have devotion, they can't even sort of splash or that. Wow, this is a hard one. Like, Future Sight is definitely a great card, but I'm not so sure if I want it. Angel of Serenity is a definite beating, but it's in my splash. And then you have Arid Misa, which basically is 2 of my splashes. The question if I pick Arid Misa, what are the odds of this, or this, one of those wheeling? I think Angel definitely won't wheel, but I don't think I can afford playing it. Like, Future Sight is a great card, but I think I want the mana fix, so I'll go for that. Like, Future Sight is definitely great with Academic Rector. I get this or the Future Sight, but it's not that game breaking. While Arithmesa being able to actually make your splash a bit more consistent and your deck just being that much better because you're not losing by your own. You can actually play your cards, and that's really important. Hard one again. I mean, there's two fix. I think one of them has to wheel. In that case, I picked Rifting Cloudskate. Yeah. I think one of those has to wheel. We get a Celestial Colonnade or an Aurelius Fury. Aurelius Fury is definitely a good card, but I think it's a bit too expensive for it to be game breaking. And I'd rather have again another fix, so we'll pick up the Colonnade here. As you can already see, I'm obviously a fan of fix. Out of this, I think I go for Thirst. Sure, there's Bonfire, there's Flash Rays, but I think Thirst is just better. We already have one artifact to ditch, and even if we don't ditch anything, doesn't really matter. At this point, our curve is low as well, but we still are looking for some creatures. We have a wall and then 3 creatures, basically, because I don't count Augur as a creature. It's really not that super. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 targets for Augur now, which is already 1/4 of our deck. What am I even saying? 1/4? That's not even true, it's 1/6. Bit more, but around that number. 1/4 would be 10 cards. And that would be insane. Playing 10 sources or instants usually isn't good. I think out of this, Cortosar is better than Dexus, just because it's a 1/3 Vigilance. Sure, this is great, but I think we'll already be tapping out plenty. Johnny, not really the Planeswalker we desire. So out of this pack, only the Palinchron Wield. I'll pick it up, I'm not sure if I'll play it, but we'll keep it in mind that we have it. I just clicked wrong stuff. Rocked Prairie, sure, more fix. What has to go? The Oracle, that's it. Okay. So yeah, already a decent amount of fix. If you get a Steam Vents or a Volcanic, that's real nice. Rocked Prairie obviously doesn't fix on its own. Has to have another card. There's Journey to Nowhere, which I think I'll have to pick up here. It's definitely my deck better than Mentor of the Meek. Spectral Precision is a fine card, but I don't think I can afford playing that. Manowar is a fine card, but Journey just removes the creature while Manowar bounces it. So I think Journey is a bit better. At this point, they're not playing Rector. We have 6 lands, so we still need 7 cards. Future Sight did wheel though, so I'll pick that up, and maybe now Rector is back on the table. Already have 2 decent enchantments. Wow. So I think this was a pack with the 2 lands, yeah. So none of them wheeled. That's a bit annoying. Siege Gang did wheel though. Definitely a strong card. Wow, none of those lands wheeled. So there's 2 people that play the colors that I want. It's a bit annoying. That sure is annoying. There's a Sour. There's a Geist, Banisher Priest. I don't think my deck can afford playing Geist. I think Sour has to be the card. Yeah. It's more likely that Geist wheels. We get Upheaval. Can't pass up that card, it's just game breaking. Shimmer Reeve is in there, which will be picked up. Spowpierce can wheel, Seagate can wheel. But can't pass up an Upheaval here. That's basically a finisher, right? It doesn't matter what you have. If you have 9 mana and you play Upheaval into Vendilion Click, or Upheaval into Siege Gang or something on Keranos, it really doesn't matter. Like, you can even journey your own creature, then Upheaval, and keep the creature in play. And Upheaval is a game breaking card. I think with opposition, I mean opposition and upheaval are probably in my book the strongest cards in this format. Need to drink a bit. The Fairy is definitely a good card, but there's also Supreme Verdict. I know it's in my splash, but I don't want that. We have 9 creatures according to this with the Siege Gang. So maybe the Fairy is a bit better than the Verdict. We don't have a lot of removal at this point, but the Fairy giving every creature flash. Yeah, sure, let's try it. Still have one card too few if I would play all of this, and I don't think I'll be playing the Split Ravings. So we can play the Academic Rector because we have to, but I'm still not sure if I will. Still not sure about the Siege Gang either. Depends on the amount of fix I'll have. But at this point, it's scrambling for playables. Not really happy with how the draft went. Definitely lacking some late game. Although Keranos is a beating, I think. Like that, my entire pick order depended on that, and I'm not sure if it will pay off. Out of these, Dismantling Blow, over Oblivion Stone. Yeah, I think we want an answer against anything. There's a Dungeon Guy's Detention Sphere and a Rat in a single pack. Detention Sphere gets everything, but Dungeon Guys is a creature, which I will play here. It's obviously a sick card. We have Fix, Mana Excel with Fix, or Crap. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 white already, so don't think I need that fix. I think I'd rather have Painted Prism than. I mean, you can also discard it to Thirst. Nickel Balls can be played, but there is Electrolyze, which is definitely a strong card. Against aggro, against control, because it's just cantrips. Yeah, it's a fine card to have. It's not the nuts, but it's good enough. So we actually have 25 cards now. We have too many. So Siege Gang can go. Maybe Dismantling Blow goes to the sideboard. Not sure yet. Other cool ways versus Flooded Strand. That's interesting. I think I want a Flooded Strand. Like, I'm not gonna pick Forge of Will. I know it's a good counter spell. I'm not gonna pick it. I think I'd rather have Fix here. I think Flood Strength is better because it can get Plateau as well. Like, we'll be playing basic islands, we'll be playing probably basic playing, but being able to get Plateau is definitely upside for picking fetch there. Banisher Priest did wheel. Still not sure if I'll play it, but I mean, I'll definitely pick it up. If you don't like the build of the deck, we can go a bit more white with the Banisher Priest and cut red, or just splash red for a single card, or just, you know, single costed cards like no Siege Gang, and then go like this, and maybe you can afford playing that with 5 fix at this point. 6, 7 even with Sphere of the Sands and Painted Prism. Like, Painted Prism turn 2 into turn 3 Kurna seems really good. Factor of Fiction Wheel and the Shivan Reef and Fork Bolt and the Seagate Oracle. I think I want a Fork Bolt. I know it sounds weird because these cards are all cards I actually want. I think having the removal here against some decks is valuable. Is it better than Seagate Oracle though? I'm already so heavy on trees. Gonna go with the Fork Bolt, not sure about it. Don't shoot me. Fateless Looting, sure, won't play it. Or probably won't play it. Like, again, not sure. I'm recording right, okay. Almost a draft for nothing. So, what are we? Well, we know what's coming, so it doesn't really matter where we can't actually look for anything. Just thinking about the deck at this point. We have 7 lands. Terminate, yeah, we won't splash for that. Oblivion Stone Wield, okay. I'll pick that up, I guess. Although I'm not sure if I'll play it now. I definitely don't want to play against Hypnotic Spectre, it'll kill me. Stupor, all the same. Seems no one is committed to black, seeing that both Stupor and Hippie Wield. Maybe something better was in that pack, not sure. Because Hymn to Turok definitely not real. So we get... okay, there we are. So let's just add all the cards we might play. Hey, that's all of these, not these. Powered back converts mana cost. And put creatures at the bottom. I won't count that as a creature because, you know, it actually isn't. That's not a creature, was it? It's a creature. And then let's go over it. Don't think I'll play Faithless Looting, definitely won't play Curd Ape. Won't play Desperate Ravings. Not sure about the Oblivion Stone or Dismantling Bow, but let's put it aside. Not sure about the Banished Priest. Think these are fine, except maybe the Director. Cat and Raider is a no. Siege Gangs probably no. And Palangrons probably no. Let's put this aside here. Okay, so then we still have one card too many. So our finishers are Keranos, Riftwing. Well, what am I saying? Keranos, Fairy, Upheaval. That doesn't seem enough, does it? It definitely does not seem to be enough. Maybe I want the Palanquin just because it's a finisher, it's a big creature, but it's only 4/5 flyer. Like we all also have Colnate as a finisher, so we have 1, 2, 3 finishers maybe. Maybe we can just overrun it with card advantage by future sight. Yeah, my deck does not finish quickly. Be prepared for long videos. But then we still have to cut a card. I think it has to be non-creature. I think creature-wise we're fine. Like Riftwing is good. Teferi is a good value card. Like it usually trades for some of them when you flash it in. It's good against control. It's basically sick against control. And then it allows me to flash these in, and these are already great value. Like Aggro Bolus, cantrips. Vendilion Click, good card. Cortazar, cantrips. Dungeon Guys, lock something down. Flame Don't Cover, kill something. Sour, steal something. Wall is survival. And then these are just, well, Riftwing can even be 2-drop. So those are all values. I think it has to be one of these, and maybe it has to even be Earthquake. Or Electrolyze. But I think I want Electrolyze against the aggro decks. But then Earthquake is also pretty good against aggro, isn't it? But it's only against token generating decks and non-flying. So my own Click and Guys stay alive, but that's it. We have one counter, which is good enough. Yeah, I think I'll keep it like this. Check colors first. And there's only 7 splash cards, and it's 3/4, like no double, so that should be good enough. That's definitely not a card I'll play. So I won't consider this to be fix. This is fix. This is fix. For everything. This is actually fix for everything as well, as is this. Then we have 1 white, 1 red. Seeing that we have these fixes, I think we want at least one of each. And then we have... what do we have then? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 lands of every splash, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 islands, 11 islands. I think that's sufficient. Yeah, that'll do. And I'll see you guys for the first round.